Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is March 26, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to do the reseller news. That's coming up. Stick around. Today we begin our story. Someone is selling Dave Grohl's rare 1992 solo album on eBay. Okay, it goes on to say selling Dave Grohl's rare 1992 solo album on eBay. This story was posted March 25th, 2019. And for those who are new, I do not read everything verbatim. I will expand a little on each topic and we'll continue to move right along. I will give you the URL and you can pick up where I left off. But for now, this one here, the URL for this is www.nme.com. And the story goes on to say here, the cassette features 10 demos from the Foo Fighters frontman. A copy of Dave Grohl's rare 1992 solo album is currently being sold on eBay. The Foo Fighters frontman put out a cassette of material 2 years after he joined Nirvana. Then it goes on to say here, originally called a pocket watch, it was later released under the name Late. The latter is the title scene, and the artwork of the copy is listed on eBay. And then it goes in here in the description on the auction website. The seller wrote, rare cassette purchased in 1994 via mail order of songs that Dave Grohl demoed, some which were being recorded for either Nirvana or the Foo Fighters. And then it's got the track list over here. And if you want to read more into the story here, you could check it out. I already gave you the URL. Let's move right along, folks. This next story I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the stickies. These items sell, I guess, in Australia because that's what it looks like over here. And they did a story once before about it, and it says over here, let me just give the URL anyway. It's https://au.finance.yahoo.com, or you could just type in Golden Billy Banana Sticky sells for $50,000 on eBay. This story was posted March 24, 2019. I find it kind of amusing that a little thing like this here, no doubt it's probably plastic, I would think, it sells for that ridiculous amount of money, but according to this article here, it did. So it goes on to say here, thought a miniature okay, there we go, it's plastic. Thought a miniature plastic banana for Kohl's selling for $20,100 on eBay was incredible? Wait until you hear this. Another gold stickies has sold on eBay, this time for a staggering $50,000. The collectible toy reached a winning bid of $50,000 on Saturday, the 23rd, after 64 bids. It was first listed on auction on March 16th with the starting price of $1. Holy small. Wow, I wish I could be that lucky and make a score like that. Wow. Okay. You got any relatives in Australia that could maybe send them to you? I don't have any, unfortunately. I would say please send some over. But you know what's going to happen after people watch this news, for those who do watch the reseller news, or if they catch wind of it, they're going to try to make way over there, try to see if they can get these things. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be like the California gold rush. A lot of people are going to be buying these things if they can get their hands on them and trying to sell them for ridiculous prices, only to most likely be disappointed because, once the word gets out, which already is out, you're going to get everybody trying to do so. I myself, if I came across one of these things, I would probably start it off with a decent amount. This person here, as you can see, started a buck. From $1 to 50,000. It blows my mind, folks. Anyway, you could check this story out. I'm not going to read too much into it. It is really interesting. Unfortunately, as far as I know, these items are only in, I believe, I don't think they're selling. I'm in New York, so I haven't seen or heard any of these things, about these in here in my town. Other resellers I talked to, they never mentioned anything about this here, but I'm sure these things are going to catch on just like those Hatchables. I don't know if you remember Hatchables, whatever. That's those little toys that break. They're in an egg and then they break out of the shell and stuff like that. There was like a trend going on there. That went viral. Now, when people find out about this here, if they can come across these here, they're going to probably put them up for ridiculous prices. I didn't check on eBay recently to see if anybody put these up. There may be some up already now. I mean, if it's over here in eBay Australia, I don't know. I would think you could probably still see it. I would think, I gather. But anyway, check it out if you would like to. I'm going to move right along. We don't want to go to that one just yet. The other day I did, I think it was last week, I did a video on reputation, how important I feel it is to, have a good feedback on eBay. And, feedback is the same thing as reputation as far as I'm concerned. They're one hand in hand. It goes on to say here, sellers' reputation, e-retail markets, do they matter? This story came out March 25th, 2019. It says, Menafin, whatever, the conversation. It says the volume. Oh, yeah, let me give the URL, folks. I'm sorry. It's https / Menafin, I call it menafn.com. And you could read all about this here, or if you want, you could read it right now. Well, just stop the video and pause it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, of course. But it says sellers' reputation, e-retail markets, do they matter? It says the volume of online sellers has skyrocketed over the last 10 years, taking up a larger and larger shares of total retail sales. E-retail sales account for now 10% of all retail sales worldwide, and they are expected to reach 33% in total sales in China this year. Sales on electronic platforms have peculiarity that prospective buyers cannot, what's that P directly, check the features and intrinsic, quality of items instead. They have to rely on information disclosed by sellers who have therefore the informational advantage. And then it goes on to say sellers could be sellers and principal trick buyers by passing off low quality items as being high quality. That's the thing, be careful when it comes to buying stuff from overseas. I want to share this with you guys. I had purchased a watch from Top Hat, not off of eBay, and the watch is a smart watch, and it works fine. It was working fine. It still probably does. The only thing is the battery in it doesn't hold such a good charge, so you have to constantly, not constantly, but every day you have to, charge up the battery in it, because I'm sure it's got a built-in lithium battery, I would think. And when it's working, when it's fully charged, it works great. You get calls, it syncs up with my iPhone 5S, which is good. I like that little feature on there. But for the most part, when the battery goes dead or gets low, it defaults back to 2017, and then you got to go through the whole process again, getting the country code, getting the state you live in, and so on and so forth. So I'm not really a fan of buying stuff overseas. But if you guys had no problem with them, and you bought stuff overseas, and everything's been working fine for you, I know a lot of people may say, "Wait a minute, now we know the iPhones are made in China too." I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe mine's a fluky one. All I know is I love my smartwatch, but I have to charge it up every day in order to use it. So in some cases, I don't know. Maybe in some cases it's best to buy original. If you want a smartwatch, get an original Apple Watch or whatever, But I didn't want to spend the $300, so I ended up paying $17, included shipping and handling. It was shipping and handling. But I went on eBay, and for the store, like if you ever go on their website there, you can see under $10, whatever. I seen the same exact watch for $9.99 with free shipping. So same exact one. And if you ever go there, if you go on the top of the banner at eBay, just look for under $10 items and type in smartwatches. You will see a whole array coming up there. They'll all pop up on the screen. And if you're looking for a smartwatch, believe me, you'll find it there. I mean, it's not a bad investment. I mean, if you did spend $10 on it, and you say, and you wasted it, you say, it was a waste of $10. But it depends. It might be hit or miss. There may be people buying the same watch I bought, and they love them. They have no problem with them. But for me, it doesn't seem to hold a charge. Now, I don't know I'm sure you can get the battery replaced, but for $17, I would think just leave it alone. I'll go back to the old, what do you call it, Casio digital watch I have. It works. You put a battery in there, and I think it goes on. I have no problem with it. But anyway, I don't want to expand too much on this here. In regards to the reputation, yes, it does matter. Okay, I fully believe in that there, and I'm going to have another window open up over here. Everything we did. Now, this is from Crazy List. Okay. Now, for those who don't know about Crazy List, they have an alliance with eBay. They work with you could, if you sign up with the Crazy Lister, you could do your what do you call it there? Your listings with them. They have all these. They got a lot of perks in there. I don't. On the other hand, I didn't sign up with them. I didn't want to get involved with them right now. I like doing my own things. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just don't want another monthly charge because, as far as I know, with Crazy List, I think there's a monthly fee attached to it, and I don't. Anything with monthly fees, I try to stay away from. But this story goes on to say everything we did to increase our eBay feedback and win more sales. Now, this was posted out. I know it's old, December 7, 2017. It says, as newbies on eBay, one of the first things that we have learned was the importance of eBay to feedback system to generate sales. In this post, I share everything we did to gain new buyer feedback, revise negative feedback, and improve our eBay seller feedback, and keep our feedback as close as possible to 100%. I am all for it. I do believe that feedback and reputation, well, like I said again, they're both one and the same as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, to me, when I make a purchase off of eBay, which is very far and few times, I basically buy toner ink, toner cartridges and ink cartridges. I will always look at the person's feedback. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's irrelevant. That doesn't mean nothing to me. I'm not going to sit there looking at the person's feedback. I do. On the other hand, I do. And if I see they have a lot of negatives, I will, click that negative part on, and I will read quite a few of them to see what the buyers are complaining about. Does the seller, get back to you? Does the seller what's the seller's reputation in regards to exchanges? Do they refund you right away? Do they answer your email or your messages when you message them? Do they have a lot of situations where they sent the wrong item or it gets lost or whatever? I want to get a little feel about the seller, and that goes for me too. I'm an eBay seller as well, top-rated seller, and I always tell, not always, but in most cases, I will tell people before you buy anything from me, read my feedbacks, and then you decide for yourself. But yes, I do believe having a good reputation, having 100%. I'm not saying if a person's got 99%, that's no reason to shy away from them. But for the most part, I do believe in some cases that having a good reputation, in some cases, and a good feedback is very very important on this here. This one over here says eBay feedback rate is an extension of your reputation, right? Just like I said. Let's see here. I'm reading this one here. eBay feedback, why should you care about it? There's a basic explanation. We all know that there is more technical explanation, which many eBay sellers aren't aware of, and it's equally as important, if not more important. Okay. So then this one goes over here, going back to this one again. I'm going to read it again one more time. It says, this obvious one, the higher your eBay feedback rate, the more you are perceived as a trustworthy by buyers. The more trustworthy you're seen, to more business you'll generate. It says in here, in fact, a well-known rule of thumb among buyers is to buy only from sellers with feedback scores of 100 or higher, and those who with feedback percentage of 90% or higher. Just what I said. Now, I didn't get a chance to read this whole thing. I just skimmed over it early, but I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing here. So just like I said, if you're buying from that, it's important. Some people will look at that. Here's a pro tip. 98% may seem high on high, but on eBay it's considered low. Look at that. Now, I didn't know that. Okay. So sure, it goes over here. Set your goal to constantly have 99% or higher eBay feedback. This is for newbies, for people who want to, keep a good reputation on there. I try to keep a good reputation for the most part. I don't give anybody a hard time. If they order something from me and they're not happy with it, you got 30 days to return it, money back guarantee. I take care of my buyers. My buyer is my number one priority. If they're happy, I'm happy. That's how I look at it. But then it goes on to say here, just to expand a little more on the topic, eBay feedback is crucial for search rankings. Okay, I've spoken to many eBay sellers over the years. Very few pay attention to this, but it is important to your success on eBay. Having a tier positive feedback on eBay, example 99% positive feedback or higher, directly affects where your listings appear in search results. The highest rated sellers are categorized by eBay as top sellers, which I mentioned before, puts them first in search results and therefore first in sales. These sellers eat away at the standard seller profit margins, since appearing first means you are likely to be one of those close to sale. In actual terms, this translates into top sellers garnering 30% to 50% more sales than the average seller. This means huge earnings for top sellers and largely diminished earnings for the rest of the sellers. Okay, very important, folks. And you know what? I want to give this URL out, and I'm hoping this message goes out to the newbies, the eBay newbies, because this is important. Now, people may say, well, you know, this is old news. You're talking from 2017. But let me explain something to you guys. I had called up eBay the other day. I had a question for them in regards to a listing. I asked the eBay teammate, and I came right up front and asked him, I said, and if you can't answer this, if you can't give me the answer to this question here, could you please pass it on to somebody else who could? He goes, no, I could answer. He goes, what is the question? I said, I heard from another eBay teammate that if you are a top-rated seller, you show higher up in search rankings. He said, yes, that's true. I go, all right, because I just want to make sure about that there. And he said that he did mention something too, that by having a good feedback score does help as well. And according to this here, according to Crazy Lister, it seems like it's true, because like I said, I didn't get a chance to read this article except for now. And just like he said, I agree. So, to me, there is validity between, from what the teammate was telling me. So for the newbies who are thinking of selling on eBay, keep this in mind. Check it out. Okay. They also have over here most popular, increase your sales. As a matter of fact, I'm going to save this in my favorites, because I know of Craigslist, but I want to just keep it there as a favorite. Let me give you the URL, folks. It's https://crazylister.com. Okay. And this is the store you're looking for. Now, I'm going to scroll down, and you could, pause the camera if you like to, the video, if you want to read more on it. I'm not going to read too much into it, folks. So let's see what goes on, how far it goes down. You could just, if you don't want to go to the URL, you could read it off my video here. You could just get the information from here if you want. But yeah, check it out if you get the chance. All right, this is quite some. Let me just see how long this goes. But I'm looking at the taskbar over here. Let's see here. I tell you one thing, Crazy Lister, you can get a lot of good information from them. You definitely can get good information from them. Let's see here. Yeah, and what you could do, folks, if you don't want to go to the URL, you don't want to, go venture into it that way. Just when you click my video on, you could just read it, pause the video, and just keep reading on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep this window open because I want to come back here and look some more for myself, because you can get some good information from here, you really can. But yeah, eBay top-rated sellers, that's right, eBay top-rated status and feedback, right? Yeah. And it's not hard to achieve those top-rated sellers, badge, that little icon thing there. All you got to do is follow eBay's rules and regulations and comply to their what they want, and you'll get that there. You'll get there, believe me. And just provide good service. When your buyers have a problem or something like that, they're contacting you. Go. Respond to it as soon as you can. If you're not too busy, respond to it. I do. Anytime I have this thing here from an eBay desktop app that when I get notifications from buyers, it comes on my screen. So I could automatically just respond to them right there and then, So you guys might want to check into that desktop app for eBay. All right, I'm going to go back up here, folks. I scroll down there just to let you guys read if you don't want to go to the URL, but you know what it is. I'm going to leave that one open here. Let's go to this one here. This one here, I think I talked about this the other day. It says today only huge sales at eBay on games, consoles, and more. Switch, PS4, Xbox, and One PC. This came out March 25th, 2019. As we all know, the gaming isn't one of the cheaper hobbies out there. Between the games, headsets, monitors, merchandise, and other accessories, it is a passion you can easily pour thousands of dollars into over the years. Luckily, there's a sale going on at eBay right now that you can save hundreds of dollars on games, gaming equipment as part of the website. 16 days of sweet deals sales. It says these offers will only be available today, and supplies are selling out fast. So grab the deals as soon as possible if you see something you want. Now, I talked about this before in my other videos. Check it out, folks. I think this is going to go on through April something. I'm looking for the date over here. I did it in one of my other videos, so I don't know which reseller news it was in, but I did remember putting it in there. And I did give you the dates from, I think, from March today to April something. I think they're going to still have those sales, but just be careful and take advantage of it if you want to save on a sale. Me personally, I'm not really interested in this stuff here, but you guys may, you may check it out. It says shop eBay's limited gaming deals. See more of our hardware picks on eBay sales below. And they got the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, whatever, $49. They got the prices over. You can check them out for yourself, folks. Okay? All right, let's move right along. Well, that concludes the reseller news. I hope you got a takeaway from it. And if you did like this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post new videos out, please don't forget that bell notification icon. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Thanks again for checking it out. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.